periscope. Hey y'all. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Everybody doing well? Today was my baby's first day out of school. I don't know about y'all, but there's definitely a shift going on in my household. But y'all, we need to talk. Can everybody hear me okay? We need to talk. We need to talk because it's summertime. People are going out on their summer vacations, and they're looking for styles to hold them down for their summer vacation, or they're coming and they're taking their protective styles out. It's summer, they want to wear their hair out. You know, I have two opposite poles happening right now, but one common thread that I'm seeing is damage to hair. A lot of people are wearing weaves to protect their hair, wearing protective styles to protect their hair. But in the interim, oh no, I need gas. In the interim, they're breaking their hair off. Especially people with fine hair, soft hair, thin hair. Their hair, they're coming in with all this breakage, and we know where the breakage is happening. It's happening here at the temple, and it's happening at the crown. And one trend that I am seeing more now than ever before are young ladies in their mid-40s. Hey girl, in their mid-40s having thinning hair right here. It used to be we would see it in ladies that are 60 and over. But that's not the case anymore. We're seeing it, I'm seeing it more and more now with young ladies who are in their mid-40s. And I believe that it's happening because they are wearing these high-tension styles. They're wearing braids, whether it's the cornrows with extensions, whether it's their weave braids, whether it's crochet braids, whatever they're wearing, it is pulling that hair out. And though you might not see the damage right now, give it 5 years, give it 10 years of constantly pulling that hair out, you're going to see damage. But by then, the damage is going to be more permanent damage. So with the weather change, we should wear more wash and goes. Here's the thing. Yes, the answer to that I say is yes. Our hair grows out of our scalp in rotation. And so when you have something that prohibits that natural rotation, you're causing the hair to bend. What that does, it either fractures or removes the cuticle, which is the outlining protection of the hair. And so that's what causes the hair to be dry. That's what causes the hair to be weak and have breaking points. And so when you allow your hair to stay in its natural rotation, you're actually strengthening your hair, especially when you're putting good stuff in your hair. You're actually allowing it to strengthen. When you're doing the protective styles, you're basically neglecting the hair. And a lot of people say, no, I spray my hair, I put the castor oil, I put this and that on my hair every day or ever often, so I am treating my hair. Here's the thing. Shampooing your hair is another part of caring for and treating your hair. So even though you're adding all that stuff onto your hair during, whether you're wearing your wig and you're taking it off, you're treating your hair, whatever, if you're not giving yourself a good shampoo and a good conditioning and fresh applications of, you know, whatever treatment you're using, you're really defeating your purpose, because you've clogged your follicles. That's basically the pores that your hair grows out of. Those are being clogged. Your natural sebum is clogging up, and when it's not being removed and it's getting thicker and harder, and that's what slows down hair growth. You're clogging up and you're weighing down your cuticles. You're suffocating your hair. So yes, you're putting all of this stuff on top of your hair, but you're not allowing it to get anything fresh. Just like your body, that's kind of like saying, oh, I'm okay because I haven't, I'm just putting lotion on every day. But go a month without a good cleansing. You can put all the lotion and perfume on it that you want, but your skin is going to suffer. Everything about you, your pH balance is going to be off, and people are going to let you know about it. It's the same thing with your hair. So I've done the weaves, the wigs. I'm saying personally for myself. Done the weaves, the wigs, the crochet braids, the braids, everything like that. But it's a here and there thing, and I control the tension that's used, and when, and I don't wear it for a long period of time. But my hair can handle it to a certain degree. Fact of the matter, most kinky coily people's hair can't handle it quite as much as we think that it can. So don't overlook it when you take your braids out. It's like, oh, I can see that it broke off a little bit. I see the breakage right here. Oh, I see the breakage here. You have no idea what's going on here. Down here, I'm seeing people losing hair right down here. Don't say, oh man, it broke, and just not pay it any attention and do it again, and then do it again, and then winter time comes and, oh, I want to tuck my hair away and give my hair rest, and do it again. The best way for you to give your hair rest is to allow it to rest in its natural position, the way God created. That's where you rest. You rest where you naturally fall. Allow your hair to take its natural rotation. Oh, I haven't introduced myself. For those who don't know me, my name is Saria Johnson. I'm a natural hair care specialist here in Atlanta. You can learn of me at the salon's website, which is the styling firm of Atlanta.com, or you can learn of my patent pending product line, Curl Definition, which is a system that trains your hair for manageability and to build curl definition for kinky coily hair. And you can view information on that at curldefinition.com. And so my specialty for I'm a 17-year veteran in this game. Yay! Who are you? I want to see a picture. I want you to, oh, you already tagged me in it today, didn't you? I think that's you. I think you tagged me in it today on Instagram. Yes, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And your product is on its way. I shipped it today. So for it, I'm a 17-year veteran in this game, and I'm talking about hands and hair for over 17 years, specializing in kinky coily hair. And so when I say I'm a natural hair specialist, I'm not saying like the new trend now. Everyone says, oh, I do natural hair. They mean they basically just press the hair out. Either they press hair, or they're a braider, or they lock hair. What I'm saying is I style your hair in its natural texture, and I really focus on building manageability, health, and curl definition. And so that's where the product line was birthed from. And so what I'm wanting to say to my naturals, and like I'll say it's my campaign right now, there is nothing wrong with our texture. There's nothing wrong with preserving our kinks and coils, but there is a skill to preserving it. And it's getting to the point where there has to be some realization that a lot of our styling habits, and the picture really didn't do my hair justice. The product were great, good. The lady who put braids in my hair was combing through my natural hair and ripping it out. Yeah, and so you have to really advocate for yourself and let them know, when you start combing my hair, you have to use a wide tooth comb, begin from end and work all the way to the root. But it doesn't stop there. They have to detangle it to the point where you should be able to comb through it with a rat tail comb or small tooth comb, because I believe in thorough detangling, and you can't get thoroughly detangling by only combing with a wide tooth comb. So that's where your due diligence will come in, where you thoroughly detangle your hair before you go into them. You section it and you come to them with your hair detangled and in like chunky 2-strand twists, so they're not fighting with your hair. And let your hair dry and those 2-strand twists where it's not shrinking back up. So there's not really any excuse for them to be ripping through your hair. At that point, if you thoroughly detangle with a wide tooth comb to the point where you can comb through it, oh, look at this traffic, man. To the point where you can comb through it with a small tooth comb, and you've put some chunky 2-strand twists in it, your hair is detangled to the point where they should not have to rip through your hair and rip your hair apart. So that's where your due diligence comes in. I understand that there's a lot of places that you cannot find a natural hair care specialist, someone that does more than undo the texture or hide away the texture. I understand that. So that's where you educate yourself and you do your best to not be, yes, that's what my daughter told me to do or should have done. Yeah, but you live and learn, huh? Now you know. But you educate yourself and you try to educate the stylist in a way that's least offensive as possible, because you don't ever want them to feel as if you don't think they know anything. But there's so much controversy right now within the natural hair care industry, because even amongst my peers, like I'm doing a natural hair boot camp on June 5th for professionals or those who are aspiring to be hair care specialists, and I'm looking forward to the discussions, because there's even debates on whether hair is natural or not. And my standpoint is, just because you don't put a chemical in your hair doesn't mean it's natural. If you do not have your natural texture, that means you're not natural. And just as much as thermal heat, just as much as chemical heat can strip your hair of its texture, thermal heat strips your hair of its texture as well. So yeah, I mean, come on, let's be real about it. When you wet your hair, it doesn't coil the way it did when you were a little girl, then you've lost your texture. It's nothing, you're not a bad person. There's no judgment against you. We're just speaking facts. And so a lot of the styles you are going to struggle with when it comes to wearing your hair out free, because you have so many varying textures in your head. Where you had your leave out for your relaxer, that's straight. And this part up here where you have all these things going on. What was the question? Where for? I missed it. But you have all these things going on. Oh, where's the class? The class is here in Atlanta. You can go right to curldefinition.com, look under events, the event page on the website, and you can get information for that there. But yeah, there's a lot of debate, and I believe the debate is because conventional cosmetology doesn't teach anything about kinky coily hair other than to undo it. That's it. Unless you're getting a relaxer or you're getting a thermal press or you're getting a curl, they don't teach anything. So people that don't wear their hair in its kinky coily state are having to provide services to people who do. And so you can only know how much does it cost to have curl definition treatment. If I'm doing it in the shop, it depends on your length and density. It starts at $65. I'm super reasonable. But if you wanted to purchase the system, you would purchase it online, right from the website. and you would, the whole system there. And then I have videos as well available to show you the technique on how to apply the product. And the good thing about the product is it's not like a lot of the wash and go, yeah, you're welcome, wash and go products where you put it in every day and you have to resaturate your hair every day. And I'm not sure if you talk about it. How does wearing your hair in braids out affect the natural curl? Yeah, we did touch on that. And so when your hair is, did you say braid outs or extension braids? I'm not sure what I read. If you're wearing extension braids or you're wearing cornrows all the time, you're interrupting your hair's growth and you're interrupting your hair's cuticles. And so our hair grows in rotation. The cuticles, the way God created us, the cuticles are meant braid out with my hair. No, braid outs are fine. Braid outs are fine. Braid outs are great. So I don't need to go into the whole braid extension explanation now, do I? Because you were just asking about braid outs. Braid outs are fine. What we want to do is stay away from these harsh styling habits that we've created within our community. Because think about it. So let's talk about the braid hair. Let's talk about the braid extension hair and the Marley hair and different things like that. These are plastic fibers. This is my husband calling. I'll have to call him right back as soon as I finish this call. We have these plastic fibers rubbing against our hair. And hold on, did I answer? Oh, babe, I gotta call you back. So we have these plastic fibers rubbing against our hair. They're just laying on our hair. That's what the extension hair is. It's plastic fibers. Hey there. Did I miss any soaps? Am I too late for your sale? So we have these plastic fibers laying on the hair. And it's laying on the hair. And so the cuticles of our hair aren't made of that harsh plastic. And they're being cut and they're being fractured and they're being lifted. And they're being lifted. And so you're weakening the hair. I got a few more. Not sure how much longer. Okay, and now who this is Naturally Me and You. That was Miss Rita that was talking about her soap. So y'all check her out at naturallymeandyou.com. She has a special sale today on her soaps that I probably missed, but I'll have to get something other than what's on sale. Just because you're doing that promotion don't mean I can't get nothing, right? So, but to continue on with the discussion with the extension braid hair or the Marley hair or whatever. These are hard plastic fibers rubbing against your strands of hair. They're lifting up the cuticle. They're fracturing the cuticle. And so that's where your hair becomes very gentle and brittle, easily tangled. Breakage, you get breakage super easy. That's why for you naturals that just cannot comb through your hair, you have to see and kind of figure out how are you dealing with the cuticle of your hair. From this point on, if your goal is to grow your hair out healthy and strong, one of your first priorities is keeping the cuticle of your hair intact. The cuticle is supposed to lay down flat and smooth. So if what you're doing to your hair is lifting it, rubbing it against the grain, is if you're beating up your hair with your styling, then you are defeating your purpose. If you're leaving your hair in braids yes, thank you. If you're leaving your hair in braids that's, beating it up, neglecting it, you're defeating your purpose. I'm so glad you said this because I play with this thought of putting this style in my girl's hair. And so when you're putting it in the little one's hair, their hair tends to be thinner. Oh my goodness, these people drive crazy. Their hair tends to be finer than ours and more susceptible to damage. So you just want to be careful. Now, there are a lot of people that you can press their hair and their hair will not lose its texture. You can braid it up, you can weave it up, it won't go anywhere. There are those people, but most kinky coily people can't do that. That's why most of us feel as if our hair only grows to a certain point. So we look at the YouTubes and we look at our girlfriends and the people that we see out in our community, and we're like, why won't my hair grow? Well, probably because your hair can't handle a lot of the thank you. That's because a lot of what you're doing, you personally cannot do to your hair. And so when you have tangly hair and you go a year without trimming, your hair is going to be ripped out because you're not taking care of getting rid of those lifted cuticles that are on old hair. As hair grows out, the ends of the hair gets old and the cuticles lift. And when you won't get rid of them, it's going to tangle with the other hair. It's going to break it off. So that's my little bit. My little rant today. But I've been seeing so many women, and again, the old way it looked when somebody was in their 60s. What curl pattern does not come and never permed? What if curl pattern does not come in, never permed? You're saying if your curl pattern has never come in, your curl pattern will come in if your kinky curl. Here's the thing. Go without heat. And when I say heat, I mean flat ironing, blow drying. A lot of people don't think you can get heat damage from blow drying. Blow drying with direct heat. Hooded dryers are fine. I'm talking about direct heat. Go without that. Go without any chemicals. And try like braid. I missed that comment. Try like braid outs, wash and goes, different things like that. And you have to do it for some time to allow it to grow in. Yes, she has straight patches, no flat irons or heat in for months. Periscopes with Miss Serena. So I don't know. Are you in the Atlanta area? Because we would need to do a lot more questioning, a lot more investigation to figure out how someone doesn't have a curl pattern if, genetically they're supposed to. If they've never ever had a curl pattern, maybe genetically they just don't have a curl. Maybe they just have straight hair. So if you're in Atlanta, yes, we are in Atlanta. So yeah, if you're in Atlanta, schedule a consultation. Let me take a look and we can figure out what's going on. Are you talking about a child or you personally? I don't know who's making a comment because I was driving or supposed to be driving. So, okay. But, one last thing. I just wanted to reiterate as the warning. Okay, thanks. Yes, 10 years old. 10 years old. This is just my warning. I gotcha. My warning is that I'm seeing more and more women from age mid-40s who have this thinning area here, and we all know about the edges. It used to be 60 and over. Now it's mid-40s. So this is my warning to you, ladies, to please stop whatever it is that you're doing. Oh, shoot, I can't get over. To stop the weaves and stop the braids. Yes, it looks beautiful, and yes, maybe even your sister and your immediate family can get these styles done and not receive damage, but you may not be able to do it without damage. So I'm warning you to stop with the weaves, all those tight braids and weaves. I will schedule consult. Yes, wonderful. Thank you. All those tight braids and weaves are pulling out your hair, and don't dismiss it. You cannot dismiss it like it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. You are balding. Basically, people are going bald, and the hair is not growing back. And, they're coming to you they're coming to stylists wanting some magic serum. But if the follicles have been ripped out there's nothing to grow from. The follicles, the buds in the follicles are what produces the hair. And if you've constantly ripped out those buds from your follicles, there's nothing that we can make grow. And you have to take that personal responsibility and say, I'm going to take control of this. And I say it like this in my consultations for those who are used to the big long hair. Yes. Thank you. I say those to the sisters that are used to the big long hair and they're feeling like, oh, I can't go without the weave. I blah, 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 blah. Look, it's better to grow in some hair. Give it a year. Give it 9 months. Give it 6 months to get some hair that you don't have to install. You know what I'm saying? What is better? Go for these next few years and then end up bald by the time you're, women get our spice when we hit 40. The 20 and 30 year olds don't know that. We get our spice when we get 40. That's not the time to go bald. Grow your hair and give yourself some time to, not be in the styles that you love so much and so used to. And you're so used to. Give yourself some time to grow hair in that you don't have to install. And then how you can swim in it. That's right. You can swim in it. You can get it wet. Your husband your boo can run his hair through it. You can go get it styled and you do what you want to do with it because it's yours. So you're not bound to these weaves. I mean, come on, y'all. And who's making the money from these weaves? The black women are, okay, what was the statistics? They're expecting it, if I'm remembering correctly, the statistic, he can yank it, honey. Okay, my family keep calling me. So, what was I about to say? That yanking got me, girl. But yeah, my point is simple. It's better to give yourself the time to grow it in. Give yourself the time to grow your hair in. And it's yours. And you do not have to install it. And depend on, going to the store and buying that perfect hair. It's better to grow it in and it's yours. Because our hair does grow. I promise you. Our hair grows. It's just if we would stop fiddling around with it, doing things to it that is detrimental to it. We neglect our hair. We want to put these long styles in it for 3 and 4 months, even a month. I mean, it's too long. Our hair needs more than just being covered up. We just keep doing things to our hair. Okay, so I'm preaching. I'm on my soapbox. But I love hair. And I love seeing beautiful black women taking ownership of their beauty. We've been defined for so long. And when YouTube came out and sisters started talking about what they wanted with their own hair, now all of a sudden we got products. When I started doing natural hair, we had to be like naturally me and you making our products in the kitchen. That's how I started. I started making my products in the kitchen because we didn't have natural hair care products. So now, since sisters started taking this stuff back, yeah, baby. Since sisters started taking it back, now we got all these products like L'Oreal and whatnot that don't care nothing about us. Oh, I try not to name names. I'm sorry. But all these products that never cared anything about us, now they have natural hair products out. But now it's time to go a little further. Now it's time to grow to the point of our identity and understanding that our own texture is good enough. Yes, we've stopped with the chemicals. So now let's learn our texture. Too many ladies are saying they're natural but have never experienced living in their own texture. That's kind of crazy. So, ooh, look at this. Lord have mercy. All right, y'all. The traffic is ours. Natural when natural wasn't cool. 16 seconds. Yes. Yes, ma'am. when I started going natural, people was asking me, is everything okay at home? Everything okay at home? Because they didn't understand, they understand why I would not put a perm in my hair. And so then I would grow it in, and it was growing like wildfire. And so they're like, girl, only you can do that. Only you can do that, girl. Only you can wear your hair natural like that. Natural ain't for everybody. So whatever. And so many people that I was like, I'm with the creamy crack. They done been delivered. And they are natural now. And they have had some beautiful hair. So that's my warning. That's my warning. I'm seeing too many 40-year-olds. People would say, put some grease in your head. They would. So that's my warning to those. I'm seeing way too many 40-year-olds thinning up top. And they say it's hereditary, and I don't believe it's hereditary as far as DNA is concerned. I think it's hereditary behavior. So I'll talk to y'all later. Again, check me out, curldefinition.com. If you're a professional and you can travel, or you are in the Atlanta area, the professional boot camp is going on June 5th, right here in Buckhead. Yes, exactly. That's all it is. I watched them I asked some parents, let me see you take out your daughter's braids, and they just ripping these braids out of their kids' hair. That's behavior. That baby's hair will grow if you didn't rip through their hair. You know, it's just knowledge. You just have to have knowledge. And we haven't been taught that. Chinese and Indian, what's that? But we have to have knowledge. I don't know what you mean by Chinese and Indian. We have to have knowledge of our hair, and we can't wait for it to get taught in cosmetology school, because they won't value it until we value it. And, you know, kind of make some noise about it. All right, y'all. I guess that's it. And I'm about to go, and I hope y'all check me out. On my social media platforms are at Saria J Naturals. So you can always check me out on there. Those who use the products, y'all hit me up in my email and my inboxes, please. Yes, ma'am. Please tag me in good stuff. Tag me and get the good pictures of the products in your hair. All right? All right. God's blessings to y'all. I'll talk to you later. Or I won't.